Hello YouTube, and welcome to my Extreme NO review. You probably found this video while looking for a way to get bigger muscles quickly, more energy in the gym, to push those last important reps out, and not be as sore when you finish your intense workout. And since we've done a lot of research in different forms, we should be able to help you make very informed decision on whether or not Extreme NO is going to be the purchase that will help you solve those problems. Now, we came across quite a bit of feedback on Extreme NO, and surprisingly, most of it was pretty positive. Now, what we want you to understand is that although the results to this review are very positive, it doesn't mean that Extreme NO is a wonder supplement. And what that means is that the results may vary, as it may work the same, may not work the same for everyone, because everybody's genetic makeup is different. But for the most, if you do purchase it and it doesn't work for you, you can get your money back, because the company is a pretty extremely reputable company. They've been in business since like 2002, and they have a very good customer satisfaction record. You don't have to worry about being scammed by them. If you look in the corner right here, you see that they advertise, you know, everything pretty much that I just said. They back it up with credentials stating that they are really committed to providing customer satisfaction. Like I stated earlier, we did most of our research in the forums because we felt that that's where you're going to find actual users that wouldn't hesitate to post the real results from using, you know, this supplement and the findings. And pretty much what we came across, what we realized is that when we was researching these forums, that there were quite a bit of satisfied customers or users. And most of the time when they posted their feedback, there was a lot of views and a lot of feedback posted beyond their feedback. There was one user that used it and claimed to experience serious energy boosts in the gym. And I quote, they said they had so much energy that they felt like they could lift anything they put their eyes on. This sounds like some pretty serious stuff, because if it can make you feel like that, and you realize that this when you use nitric oxide, you don't even go through a loading phase. So that, you know, pretty much this is had to be pretty much from the first time they started taking it, because you know, they didn't state anything about loading, and they just said they experienced so much energy that they felt like they could use it, lift the gym. That's some powerful stuff. Then there was another user by the name of Pumped for Life that stated that their strength gains increased as much as 60% in as little as 2 weeks of taking the supplement faithfully. Now, these were the strongest testimonies that we found coming from actual users of Extreme NO. There were other testimonies that stated that they noticed that they finished working out, that noticed that they weren't as sore when they finished working out, as well as still being able to feel the same amount of energy when they were walking out of the gym. And this was after their workout. That testimony alone gives evidence of the perpetual pump that's boldly displayed as one of the top benefits of this product, and one of the top benefits that most bodybuilders that use Extreme NO usually went after. Well, perpetual pump, it pretty much is it's what makes the veins in your arms and legs and chest stay pumped hours after your workout, which makes you look and feel like you just left the gym hours after you just finished working out. With reading testimonies like this, we figured that we had to take a better look at the ingredients. You know, I mean, it sounded a little funny. Maybe they got some illegal stuff in it. You know, some stuff that would be harmful in this supplement that they didn't want to be displayed on the, you know, on the bold print. So we checked into the ingredients, and what we found that it was all natural ingredients, and that pretty much added up, because we didn't find anyone complaining about any side effects that usually come along with taking nitric oxide supplements. You know, most of the time they complain about headaches or, you know, diarrhea, but pretty much through this thread with Extreme NO, there were no complaints like that. Pretty positive. In fact, the only side effect that most male users were bragging about was the fact that they experience harder and longer erections. You know, that's something that can come in handy. there were many other benefits to using Extreme NO, like it having the ability to help regulate your bad cholesterol levels or even lowering your blood pressure. It also helps your muscles to absorb more protein, which is what makes them grow so fast. Because you know your muscles are made up of water and protein. So if your muscles can hold more protein, then that helps them heal faster, and of course it helps them grow faster. Because when you lift, you rip your muscles, and if you take an Extreme NO, your body's gonna send this protein straight to your muscles that just got ripped, and it's gonna coat where they ripped, and it's gonna help them to heal faster, and of course the protein is gonna turn to muscle. Overall, our research revealed that Extreme NO is some really good stuff to use to grow muscles and strength the fast and healthy way, with a zero health risk factor. And for the prices being offered at, it beats out all of its competitors by a long shot. One thing that we did notice about using a nitric oxide supplement is that it gives you so much energy that you will want to keep using it. I mean, that's not a bad thing, because of course, something that works, you want to keep using it, and it has zero side effects, but it can get a little bit expensive. But in this case, Extreme NO was the only supplement that we found was offering at lifetime commitments, wherein you can pretty much pay one price and you can get a lifetime supply mailed to your door, as long as you want to use it. Just one-time fee. That's awesome. And it wasn't that much neither. I think that's a pretty good deal, that no one else is offering it at those prices. Now, what I want you to do is just imagine going to the gym and not being intimidated to lift anything that you set your eyes on, without the risk of without the risk of injury or being sore afterwards, or even the risk of not having enough energy to finish those last important reps. Just imagine having enough energy to get up early in the morning and get to the gym and do a very intense workout, complete it, and still have so much energy when you finish to zip through your day, without even losing what you just exerted in the gym. Shoot, you wouldn't have to worry about getting fatigued with this stuff from the way it sounds and the way the users are bragging on it. Most of the time, fatigue is what keeps a person from increasing their reps and weight gains anyway. How about being able to look in the mirror after your workout and know that that's something that you're going to see for the rest of your day? And not only you, imagine other people seeing that chiseled look all day long that you'll see it after your intense workout, man. I mean, that's the stuff that bodybuilders live for, to have that look, that defined look all the time, veins popping and muscles tight. Women go crazy over it. I mean, you can solve all these problems when you use Extreme NO. And all you have to do is click the link below and get your free trial of Extreme NO while it lasts.